Welcome to Discovering. Tonight we're chasing dogs, chasing Snowshoe Hare with the crew from Hortz Hideaway.
Something to do in these long winters. The exercise is great. Hanging out with your buddies is even better. Reason to go to camp.
Plus a quick look at the results of a Western UP Predator Roundup. So sit back and relax. It's Monday night and it's time for Upper Michigan's very own Discovering.
The secret streams that flow beneath the cliffs of colored stone. Forest thick and healthy with birch and pine and oak. Surrounded by the greatest lakes this world has ever known. The black bear's awesome presence as he roams the hills and fields. Call of the timber wolf, the loon's lonesome trill. The eagle soaring high above, the trout lies deep and still. These are what I treasure, the only way I measure feelings that I have for this fine land. There is so much to discover when you're a long-time lover of northern Michigan.
Deer Camp is a sacred place here in the Upper Peninsula, and we do plenty of stories about Deer Camp here on Discovering. After the 2-week firearm deer season is over, some camps sit idle until the next fall, but some camps keep the fireplace burning throughout the winter, and Deer Camp becomes Rabbit Camp.
We have a pretty core group of guys for deer season, and then hare season we filter through a bunch of different people. But we usually have about 8 guys out every weekend.
And Rabbit Camp is where the guys and a pile of their 4-legged best friends get away for a weekend of unwinding and chasing hare through the snow-covered UP woods.
A great place to come with all the guys. You kind of get away from the reality of day-to-day life. You kind of get back to, feels like older roots. You know, you don't have much electricity, there's not phone service. You're just sitting around with all the guys and having a great time. Your mind's not stressed anymore. It's kind of like a guy's paradise.
I was invited out for a couple days of snowshoe hare hunting in Marquette County with the crew from Hortz Hideaway. And after a 3 or 4 mile snowmobile ride, I arrived at camp just in time for breakfast. I suppose the chef hasn't eaten yet, huh?
Not yet, no. We'll cover, trap that steam in.
Kevin Swanson, the owner of the property, couldn't be at camp this weekend, so his nephew, Hunter Swanson, gave me a quick history of the place.
It was built in the 1950s by my grandpa, and it burned down in the 70s. It was rebuilt just like almost immediately after. And then that's the camp we have right now.
It's big.
It is pretty big, but we do get a lot of guys out here, so.
Did your grandpa hare hunt?
He did. He started doing it a long time ago, and it's been a tradition that we've kept up with ever since then, and something that I'm gonna try to keep a tradition with my kids and family.
Rabbit hunting has always been a part of Hortz Hideaway, but when Coulter Lubin joined the group, that's when rabbit hunting really took off, and the pack grew.
We had 11 this weekend, 11 dogs, and it gets a little hectic at times, but it's fun to get them all out in the woods and see them do what they love to do.
We had a pretty large crew of guys and beagles for the first day of hunting.
My dad, which is Wayne, I'm Coulter. And then we got Troy Smith, Hunter Swanson, and Isaac Olson. We're in Marquette County today. That's where we do a lot of our hunting. We pretty much hunt, I hunt 2 to 3 days a week, pretty much starting right after muzzleloader season, right through the end of March. So yeah, we're gonna be out today. We're in a pretty good spot, hopefully. We got fresh snow, 26 degrees. So I'd like to think it's gonna be a good day, but we'll know more here in probably like 5-10 minutes. So hopefully get some good footage and listen to dogs bark. That's kind of, I like shooting hare. I definitely like hunting. What we really do it for is the dogs. My dad had dogs his whole life. his dad had dogs, and then now I have dogs. So it's kind of, for me, it's kind of a generational thing. I grew up cottontail hunting in Lower Michigan, which is a little bit different, but we still run pretty much the same size beagles, same line of beagles, and been doing it forever, and I can't imagine not doing it. So we just, yeah, it's pretty much what I do. I go to work and then just wait for the weekend to run dogs. So we're gonna do that today.
This winter has given us plenty of fresh snowfall days.
If you ask 10 people that run dogs what makes a good scenting day, they'll get 10 different answers. But generally fresh snow, especially if it's kind of a moist snow, which today it is. And I usually say between 20 and 30 degrees, it seems to be when scenting is the best. But I've had days between 20 and 30 degrees that ain't good either, so I don't know. But let's hope it's good today. That's all you can do. But either way, the dogs will work hard, and we're in a good spot, so we should get some hare jumped right away. So we'll see what happens.
The guys said hunting around the camp isn't as good as it used to be, so we traveled to another nearby location with good snowshoe hare habitat.
Today we're hunting Jack Pine Plantation and Spruce Swamp. You can see behind me, this is a plantation that's too old. Generally, we're trying to target 12 to like 18-year-old Jack Pine. That's when the branches are still low to the ground, there's still needles growing low to the ground for them to eat, and there's just more cover. Now, sometimes Jack Pine will stay good for a while if there's a lot of blowdown, if we get a wind event, an ice storm. But essentially, I always say if you can see a long ways through it, there's probably not going to be a lot of hare there. Now, they'll run through it when they're getting pressured, and they'll come into these areas to feed at night if there's some food. But they're going to stay in areas with higher stem density and more cover. So we actually have some young Jack Pine around here. We're just walking through an older stand as we go down into the swamp where the dogs are.
They let out a handful of beagles, and by the time Coulter and I caught up to everyone, one of the guys had already shot, and the dogs were chasing another one.
Did you see it?
Barely. And it went down into a little...
But I think they heard these dogs.
It was coming this way.
Yeah.
It heard the dogs, and then, yeah.
That's the one drawback of having too many dogs. When they get split up, sometimes they turn the hare that you're hunting, but...
I saw that hare actually.
I saw it too, but your dogs turned it.
Oh. Just got it actually.
What did he say?
I just got it actually. Yeah, I could see it right down there. I saw it running and I saw it, and then the dogs ran by it. Then they came back, he ran there and he's laying right there.
Oh, yeah. Is that a stray?
No, that's the one they were chasing. Good boy. No, let go, let go. Good boy, you got it. You got it, good job. Go find another one now.
One time me and Troy were hunting together, and we shoot 9 hare that day.
That was him.
No, me and you. And you had no way to carry your hare.
Oh, yes.
We had to put him in my hood to carry him out of the woods. Because he conveniently forgot his backpack again.
Well, it's nice when you got a pack mule.
Right where they got that rabbit was prime habitat.
This is really good habitat, especially when it butts up to, Jack Pine plantations that are the right age and that, 12 to 20 years old. You can actually see, we just got a fresh dusting last night, but you can see there's a hare trail right here. And these spruce swamps are really, really good spots to target hare. We spend a lot of time running in them, and we actually just shot one right in here. So if you want to try to find some hare, whether you have dogs or not, target spruce swamps with a lot of trees and then a lot of cover close to the ground. They were on 2 hare. So the one hare got around us this way, so we turned, and Snake was on his own, and he shot across. And you saw it, you were the only person. And then we saw it over here, couldn't get a shot.
That snowshoe hare, or maybe it was more than one, ran through a couple times, but no luck.
It's cottontail or a snowshoe hare. They circle, and there's a little bit, people that haven't run beagles, they think that the dog is chasing them in a circle, which is kind of true, but that rabbit or hare, when you jump one, even if you don't have dogs, eventually they come back to where you jumped it. Whether that be a bush underneath your house, they'll come back. But by having dogs, of course, that circle happens a lot sooner. So say a dog starts barking like where we are right now, that hare is going to come back through here most likely, not all the time. So the best spot to be often on a hare hunt or a cottontail hunt is where the dogs first jumped that rabbit or that hare. Or be on a spot where they're continually bringing that rabbit or hare through. So this, some days the circles are big. Some days they're small. Today it's looking like they're like those 8 to 1,000 yard circles, which is fairly common when you get in big habitat like this. So we're gonna hang out here because they've had rabbits come through here a couple times, and hopefully it'll come through one more time at least. On average, I'd say a hare is 50 to 150 in front of the beagles. Now that can vary a little bit depending on how the conditions are, how many dogs you have, how fast the dogs are. But I usually, especially with stray, the fact that they could be pushing stray hare, the one that they're not on, I usually start getting pretty ready when they're like 250 to 225 yards. You'll start to see some strays bumping out. So right now they are 225. So.
We had plenty of action, but in typical filming hunting fashion, the hunters I wasn't following got the rabbits.
When'd you get that one?
That was the last shot.
Okay.
I got that one. That last shot you heard, that was that.
Okay.
I got 2.
You got 2.
Did you bring them to the truck?
I brought them to the truck already.
All in all, day 1 was a great day, and Troy was kind enough to send me this video from the day 2.
We do give each other a good ribbon too. Pretty much steady.
We had a smaller crew on the second Sunday. Troy and Coulter, plus Troy's son Hunter, joined us. To better our odds, we decided to split up, and I followed Troy.
We're gonna kind of see what way they go here and then make a plan. And because they're way faster than we are, we have to anticipate where they're going. And we got it easy these days with the GPSs, so you know where your dog is and you don't have to worry about getting them back. At the end of the day, like the old days.
How'd you do it in the old days?
I didn't do it in the old days. I'm pretty new to this actually. It's been about a dozen years or so.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, Coulter turned me onto it.
On the rabbit hunting?
Yeah, him and Kevin Swanson. They're Kevin used to hunt when he was a kid all the time, and then Coulter's dog Snake is Buster's dad. I liked it so much I got one of the pups.
Day 2 was a bit chillier and snowier. The guys assured me, though, it would still be a good day to hunt.
And these hares shouldn't be moving nearly as fast as last weekend because snow's deeper. So dogs can't push them quite so hard. There goes Ruby and Buster joining the fun. Beelining it, and they're starting to turn this way. So we'll go up here on the left. Hopefully get in front of them. Hopefully they come our way. Gotta get in there because I think that hare's gonna get on that same trail. It's pretty good viewing in there. Should run right through this stuff. Right there. I don't know if I got it. Here he comes. He'll get on it right there somewhere. That's Buster. That's right where I shot. And I'm gonna guess I missed it.
We moved back and forth from the trail to the woods, determined to get in front of this rabbit.
Oh, that's where they ran, right there. Any second. Right there. I got him. He did great. That was a nice push for him. Got into the really thick stuff. That was a lucky poke. Got one, but they're still pushing, so there's more. hare and the dogs have been crossing right in this little section.
While Troy and I were waiting for another hare to cross our path, his son Hunter was in the right spot.
Nice. Nice. That's always fun.
I got him. I see him flipping around. Got him. Yeah, baby. Pretty one? Pretty one. Buster! What's this? What's this? Yeah. Good boy. Good boy.
Hunter will cheer for Buster when he gets in. I hear him cheering.
There was still at least one more hare running the same circle.
Right there, right there. They're doing good today. There you go. Another hare. The couple we got in the freezer would be a good meal. Did we get in perfect spot for that one? That was great. Scenting is great today because they're going to town. I mean, there was 2 on that one. The hare must have decided to split up and they didn't fool the dogs.
The dogs were pushing one more.
It might be a stray. I thought I rolled him, but then I saw him running.
I hope he missed it.
He missed it.
I hope he did.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree here.
I missed that one. And we got the other 2, right?
There's another one we missed.
Oh yeah, I missed that first one. That one was cooking.
He's 50%.
I got that other one. I am 50%. You're not wrong. That's a little embarrassing, but what are you gonna do?
After that, we called it a day, and a good one at that. Thanks guys for a great time chasing beagles, chasing snowshoe hare through the beautiful UP woods. The Ontonagon Valley Sportsman's Club held their annual Predator Roundup the weekend of February 15th.
This is year number 20, and it's turned into a happening.
79 registered hunters brought in a total of 39 animals to Hoppy's Bar in Kenton.
4 bobcats, 6 fox, and 29 coyotes, which is down about 20 from last year.
Oh, okay.
But the weather wasn't too cooperative. Hunters said it was really tough hunting. By the way, we broke the record this year. In 20 years, the heaviest bobcat was brought in today. A little over 39 pounds, I believe. Good-sized bobcat.
I caught up with the second place team, a group of firefighters from downstate and the UP.
We had, 5 coyotes, a couple fox.
Biggest fox.
Yeah, Don shot the biggest fox.
A couple of our buddies have hunted it for years. It's a good time. It helps with the predator control and increase the declining deer herd up here. Hopefully.
And it's challenging and fun.
Yeah.
And I participated this year, but I showed up empty-handed. So I asked the men of Paws for some hunting tips.
Set your baits up a little. If you're going to hunt over bait, set them further back than you need to so you can hunt them on 2 or 3 winds. Make sure that the birds get on them. They help to bring the predators in. As far as calling, that's tips and tricks. It takes a long time to kind of figure that out. Watch your wind and look for their paths, fresh tracks, that kind of thing.
Be patient.
Yeah, and be prepared to wait quite a while.
I think on average we're sitting at least 12 hours in a blind.
One night.
This is an annual fundraiser for the club to support their projects.
In the summer, we sponsor a youth shooting program. Our shooting range has costs like liability insurance. And we got a big one coming up now. Hopefully this summer we're going to build a new canoe landing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where are you going to build that at?
South branch of the Ontonagon River, north of Ewan. Anybody who watches this, look us up. Next year's predator hunt will be the third weekend in February.
Well, you know where I'll be that weekend. That's all for tonight, and I hope to see you right back here next week for Upper Michigan's very own Discovering.